Many times in my practice, I'm asked to look at the patient's airway to determine if there's a narrowing, and they might be a patient with obstructive sleep apnea. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is to do in the OnDemand 3D software. I've anonymized a patient here that we're going to open, and we open it in one of the modules called Dental. And once it's open, you'll see that we can go to um, an area it says Airway, and it does automatic things for you in this software. So now that it's just about open, we'll click on Airway, and you'll see that there is a sagittal section over to the right, axial section up top, and then I've defaulted for my airway analyses to a kind of a transparent mode you can see here on the bottom left. So I'm going to just bring those up a bit, and when I click airway, I go over to the tool that says path, and automatically it will bring up the sagittal view, normally pretty much in the center of the volume. So I'll find the nasopalatine canal. I'll right click and do a little contrast enhancement so I can see the palate and the airway. Now there's some scatter or some artifact rather in parts of the scan, but I'm pretty sure it will ignore that and put the correct path in there. So I select path and it says set 4 seed points. So I'll start at the junction of the hard and soft palate. I'll go down the airway pretty much in a straight line here. Maybe I'll come to the right. And then we'll come forward of the epiglottis and double click, and you'll see that automatically we'll get an airway with analyses already completed on it. If you look very carefully, you can see the red area gives us the visualization of the narrowest point. It gives you a minimum area at that point and a total volume of the airway itself. I will take screenshots of this. So this first one, I'm going to just take the anonymous details off there. I do that just by clicking on the overlay. And anytime you go over to select a tool, it'll tell you what it is. So I'll take off the overlay. I'm going to pick up the camera, which says output, and it says capture. And I'm going to take a full screenshot. And then I'm going to switch views to the axial view and scroll down till I find the narrowest part. Visually, you can see that it's a narrow red area. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of scroll up and down, and I'm watching the dimensions over here of this narrowed airway, and it says 40.7, 40.5, 40.4. If I scrolled up or down, you'll see those numbers change dramatically. But as I get into the area of the narrowest part, it looks like 40.4 is the narrowest. So I'll take a screenshot there as well. It also does it in a grayscale, which is kind of nice to look at with the total area, or total volume rather. And we'll do that. And then what I like about this, it actually has an endoscopy view. And when I bring that up, I can actually scroll down through the airway just by using my wheel mouse and see where the narrowest portions are. I would like to see this in a different setup so that I can actually see the soft tissue not colored, but as a normal sort of maybe pink or beige hue, so I could look up and down the airway. But it's a nice tool. I'm also going to go into the 3D view and select surface. And what it does in the surface, it will allow me to bring up a picture of the airway in the AP view, and then we can rotate it around. I just right click and you can rotate. And you can see that the narrowest part is there. I'll take another screenshot. So now I have probably 6 or 7 screenshots of this patient with the airway analysis all completed for me. I would save those. I would put them in a folder and embed them in a report, just saying the airway appears narrowed, and give them those measured images so that they can make a determination on what to do, what to proceed, to go to a sleep lab, or make an appliance. And it's as simple as that. It's very, very simple software, very quick analysis, very visually striking, and you can see that, I'm sure the patient would be impressed with it as well, chair side. Thanks.